हर चुनौती अपने आप में एक अवसर, एक अपॉर्चुनिटी तो होती ही है। 4 या 5 बच्चों को अपने स्कूल के होर्डिंग्स पे दिखा के आई डोंट फील माई सेल्फ सक्सेसफुल। इंसान को बहुत अडेप्टेबल और फ्लेक्सिबल रहना चाहिए।
Hello everyone, I'm your host Seema Choria and I bring to you yet another exciting episode of Great Principles. It is said that diamonds are formed under pressure, but remember, they are not formed overnight. She has gone through a tremendous pressure to become a diamond from an artistic settlement with less or no civic infrastructure. She was the first person to achieve the Masters in English Literature and become the first woman lecturer of her three-tier town. Believes that educators should answer the call for digital know-how and gain expertise in technical areas as well. My guest today not only grew up in a three-tier rudimentary town, she studied hard and worked harder not only to bring literacy but also socio-economic development through her endeavors in education sector. She inspires awe and commands admiration. She so well deserves it. So it's a great privilege and honor to welcome Miss Archana Gaba, Principal, St. Kabir Gurukul School, Jalalabad, Punjab. Welcome to Great Principal, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, Seema ji, and I'm thankful to this platform for Great Principles, and I feel really privileged to be here with you on this day. So I'm looking forward to a very exciting conversation with you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, ma'am, before we begin, ma'am, we would like to know, like I just described about your journey, ma'am. आप एक three-tier town से हो. So, ma'am, आपसे ये जानना चाहेंगे कि ये सारी जो learnings आपकी हुई, इन सारी hardship से, how have you come up? You know what you have learned, how you have endured, and what would be your message to all the girls out there?
See, I believe in every situation, one always has a choice whether they want to go through a situation or they want to go through the situation, right? So I always have chosen, and that is what I teach my students also, to choose to grow through things. जैसे हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री भी कहते हैं कि आपदा में अवसर देखना जो है वो चाहिए सक्सेस के लिए। तो मैं हमेशा से ये मानती हूँ कि हर चुनौती अपने आप में एक अवसर, एक अपॉर्चुनिटी तो होती ही है। तो जब ये हार्डशिप्स बहुत ज्यादा थी, अंधेरा बहुत ज्यादा था, तभी ये एहसास हुआ कि इसमें अगर सूरज नहीं भी बन पाए, एक दिया भी बन पाए ना, तो रोशनी होगी जरूर। तो बहुत सारी इश्यूज है, छोटी जगह है, बहुत सारे हालात जो है वो औरतों के पक्ष में उतने नहीं थे उस वक्त, when we are talking about 20-25 years back. But I have been privileged that my grandfather, he was the major office bearer for a charitable college for girls, which was the first college of this town for girls, and it was not actually an affiliated college, this was just a coaching academy. And he introduced me to that academy, and I realized that one day I too want to contribute there. So my journey started first as a charitable work. When I worked as lecturer there, I completed my master's on my own here without any college, without any coaching, and then I joined there. So it was very inspiring and interesting. And my major learning is this, that women and girls must always be given opportunities, which now they are getting with the mindset and times changing. But other than that, they also deserve a lot of support from family, from society, which, and even from governments, which I sadly find lacking still. We still put women on a very hard I would say a testing ground for them. They have to prove themselves for every milestone to achieve, which is not the situation in so many times for the other gender. So I believe there has to be a very strong support system, and if it is there, women can do miracles. I mean, their potential, even I'm sure you'll agree with me, we are not even aware how much elastic we are and how much our potential can be optimized if we are giving the right space and scope to grow.
So absolutely ma'am, जो आपने बोला है कि if I couldn't be I can just be a lamp. That is very big thing because a lamp burns itself and then it illuminates the light for others. So similar thing ma'am has done. She has gone through the hardships and ensured that no, education is something which is to be provided to everyone, and that is what is going to shape the nation further. So going ahead ma'am, ये जो आपका स्कूल है सेंट कबीर गुरुकुल स्कूल, इस स्कूल की philosophy क्या है? How is it unique, ma'am? Or ma'am, there are so many hearts in your institute. You have so many achievements there. So and you are also a certified NLP practitioner. So how this has helped you to understand your wards and staff better?
See, most of my students still are first generation learners. When I started, they were 100% of those students who were first generation learners. Now we have 30-40% of the students whose parents have got some really good education, and they are in working, I mean in service right now. Most of the people otherwise are dependent on agriculture. So in such a situation, giving them dreams to expand their wings, कि वो बच्चे ये ना सोचें कि अगर मैं जलालाबाद के स्कूल में पढ़ा हूं तो मैं कभी दिल्ली या मुंबई के पढ़े बच्चे से compete ही नहीं कर पाऊंगा, या और तो और मतलब दूसरे देशों को का तो मैं सपना ही नहीं कभी देख सकता क्योंकि मेरी तो शायद पढ़ाई और है. और ये जो है डाइवर्सिटी, ये इंडिया के लिए दोनों चीजें हैं, बून भी और बेन भी, कि हम सेम बोर्ड में पढ़ रहे होते हैं, हम सेम किताबें पढ़ रहे होते हैं, इसके बावजूद जब हम टीयर 3 सिटी से आते हैं और जब हम एक मेट्रोपोलिस से आते हैं, हमारा मतलब वो मेरा ए और उसका ग्रेड ए बराबर नहीं होता, राइट? सो इस सिचुएशन में कि मेरे बच्चे कहीं भी खुद को शॉर्ट चेंज ना फील करें, मुझे ये लगा कि मुझे उनको हर किस्म की सपोर्ट देनी चाहिए. एंड आई रियलाइज्ड कि सबसे पहला काम जो करना पड़ेगा ना, वो उनके माइंडसेट पे करना पड़ेगा. उनको ये सीखना मतलब सिखाना पड़ेगा, ये सोचना कि एजुकेशन का मतलब केवल जॉब के लायक होना नहीं है. एजुकेशन का मतलब अपने लिए और अपनों के लिए एक बहुत खुश जिंदगी क्रिएट करना है. सो विद दिस विजन इन माइंड वी स्टार्टेड. और इसमें एनएलपी ने भी बहुत हेल्प इस तरह से की क्योंकि एनएलपी के थ्रू आई कुड टीच देम सो मेनी कॉन्सेप्ट्स व्हिच अदरवाइज दे यूज्ड टू थिंक कि ये तो हमसे कभी नहीं होगा. And we could teach them with the help of visualization. We could teach them, and the teachers, जब मेरे teachers metacognition का concept समझे, they first time realized that okay ma'am, I now realize that this is my style of learning. तो मैं तो सच्ची में मैं इसीलिए मेरी क्लास में वही बच्चे ग्रो कर रहे हैं जिनका स्टाइल ऑफ लर्निंग मेरे स्टाइल ऑफ लर्निंग से मैच करता है. That means I need to do something to develop other styles of learnings also, so that every student feels that they are part of this learning journey. तो जब मकसद ये था कि हर एक बच्चे तक पहुंचना है और हर बच्चे को साथ ही लेके चलना है, कोई फेलियर्स हम अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, तो हम लोग अपने एनुअल फंक्शंस में भी सिर्फ उन्हीं बच्चों को सेलिब्रेट नहीं करते जिनके 90 से ऊपर परसेंटेज हुई है. इवन अगर किसी बच्चे ने सपोज पिछली टर्म में जो मार्क्स लिए उससे एक सब्सटेंशियल ग्रोथ सेकंड टर्म में दिखा दी है, even those are celebrated, and every child of the class is thus celebrated, because I feel that I have no right to claim success unless until that success has been brought to every child. 4 या 5 बच्चों को अपने स्कूल के होर्डिंग्स पे दिखा के I don't feel myself successful. So that way there have been lot many trainings which helped me. NLP ने help किया, psychology की basic समझने help किया, बहुत सारे courses IIM अहमदाबाद से strategic leadership पे course किया, board की तरफ से जो trainings थी वो बहुत सारी trainings की, and still I'm learning. Right now also I'm pursuing the course from University of Michigan in leading innovations. So that's a journey. I mean, one has to keep learning to keep giving learning.
What a beautiful vision and philosophy you have, ma'am. And even the school, a very unique thing to celebrate the uniqueness of every child. Celebrate it motivates when you just celebrate, okay, fine. So last term you were here and today you are here. So it gives them a push. It motivates them that I will perform better. Very rightly said, ma'am, just 4-5 people or 4-5 kids on the hoarding doesn't make a school. A school is built by all students. And the school has to have a larger vision, supporting every student there. So this is all about St. Kabir Gurukul School, a school which works that whatever city or town you are in, entire world is at your foot. It's not only about the B town cities, it's about the entire world at your exposure. And also one more important message ma'am has shared here, that education, broaden your horizons. It is not only for a job, it is for making you a better person and to make a better version of your own self. So what a beautiful insight here, ma'am. So going ahead, now you have, a lot of academic achievements as well, which are really very impressive. And you write a lot about education, ma'am. So you have also written that we can envision literacy in every nook and corner of rural India. So how can this be achieved? It's like a dream for everyone. हर कोई चाहता है कि education दुनिया के हर एक कोने में, देश के हर एक कोने में पहुंचे. So how can we achieve this?
See, so far, what my experience has been, I felt that because of the volume, we are always, our major setback has been the volume in our classes, our population, like our classes are loaded, right? And जब class पहले से बहुत भरी होगी, तो आप उस पे कितने टीचर्स भेजोगे या कितना स्पेस क्रिएट करोगे कि हर बच्चे को एक इंडिविजुअल अटेंशन मिल पाए, राइट? तो हमें सबसे पहले तो सिस्टमिक थिंकिंग जो है ना, उस पे बहुत सारा काम करने की जरूरत है, उसको डेवलप करने की जरूरत है हमारे लोगों में, क्योंकि सिस्टमिक थिंकिंग से लोगों को काम को स्केल अप करना आता है, अपनी इनोवेशंस को स्केल अप करना आता है. So first of all, I believe that our focus of all our teacher trainings and school leaders trainings should be system thinking, design thinking, and then once they learn how to scale up those innovations, then the second need that we badly require is that we have to learn how to document our findings, our challenges, and how we sorted them, so that every school does not have to reinvent the wheel. So this is something which I find, and I guess NEP now is a welcome step towards this, and I'm very hopeful that if it is implemented in the right manner, and if somehow it really succeeded in increasing the accountability in our educators, we shall achieve this vision very, very soon, and having 100% literacy in our country. I'm very hopeful about that.
Rightly said. We all are looking forward to NEP and its implementation at a larger aspect, and which must be, welcomed by everyone is welcoming it. Now let's see, wait and watch how well is it implemented. A very beautifully drafted policy, but yes, a change is at times, when you bring a change, there is little resistance in its adoption, but eventually it does show its results. So
yeah, that's there. I mean, if things change, people have to get out of their comfort zone. So minor resistance would be there, minor or major, whatever. But as I said, see, whenever we like कुम्हार की तरह, मैं इसको मेरे ख्याल से मैं हिंदी में इसको सुंदर एक्सप्रेस कर सकती हूँ, एक कुम्हार की तरह कि वो जब बाहर से थापी लगाता है ना उस चीज को शेप करने के लिए, तो वो अंदर से उसको हाथ से सपोर्ट करके रखता है. तो मैं समझती हूँ कि ये एक तरीका होता है किसी भी चेंज को इम्प्लीमेंट करने का, कि ठीक है आप बाहर से चेंज के लिए रेगुलेशंस बनाइए, जो भी स्टैट्यूटरी आपको लॉज और रूल्स बनाने हैं वो बनाइए, बट साथ के साथ एक सपोर्ट सिस्टम, एक हैंड होल्डिंग जरूर होगी, तो चेंज कभी फेल नहीं होगा.
Absolutely, ma'am. Very, very wonderfully explained that how can this visionary policy can be implemented successfully. All we need is a support and hand holding of each other to make it success. Going ahead, ma'am, there are, you have a long list of recognitions and awards, you are like a celebrity in education sector for us. So ma'am, what do you feel these rewards and recognition help you to reach the higher tiers of education governance?
Yes, but other than that, first of all, one feels great if they get recognition for their work. So definitely, it definitely massages your ego and self-esteem work. But other than that, what I have seen is that actually these rewards, how I look at these rewards is that they are signs from, say, the universe to indicate that you are on the right path. The work that you are doing, even if it does not look like creating a huge impact, but at least it is doing something. So I look at these rewards as milestones on my way. But yes, when this recognition happens, just like, this interview also, so such platforms take us to people whom we may never have, met before, or never would have imagined that someday they will be listening to our views. And that is one way of finding your tribe, your community. And I believe that unless until you have a community of people who are like-minded and who really are visionaries, that long-lasting change is near impossible, because this is not something a person can do, on their own. So yes, these awards, these recognitions help a lot in keeping you motivated, but at the same time, they give you a voice so that you can share what you envision. So I'm really very thankful that my work has been recognized. God has been really kind.
What a beautiful and honest answer here we have today. You know, when we talk about awards and recognition, people are like, okay, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. That's just one more thing. But yes, it's it really motivates us. You know, at times there are two things. One is monetary benefits, which pushes you to work, and the other is that your work is recognized. So for
Very true.
education, what is of greater value is, whatever I'm doing is being recognized, and it is helping me. It is helping me to share my vision. So very honest answer we have here from ma'am, which generally we don't get to hear.
Thank you so much. And let me, add to this, that this is a research. I mean, it's not only a personal belief. This is a research also by OECD. If you would kindly try to read it on OECD's website, that says that our IQ, which is otherwise considered to be fixed after a certain age, that also increases when some incentive is added to the test as an outcome. So definitely incentives work, but it depends how they work. Like if you have got the limelight, whether you want to just sit there and keep shining, and you feel that without this limelight you cannot do anything unless you have all the attention, or you feel that fine, now I have been lighted well, everybody can see me, so now my accountability increases, some tenfolds, and I have to do work which will be inspiring for others also. So that is, I guess, the choice that we all have in life.
So true, ma'am. Whenever anything is bestowed on you, it comes with more responsibilities. You know,
Sure.
there is another onus to be setting a new set a new benchmark for your own self. So very
Exactly.
rightly explained here the beauty of awards and recognition by ma'am. So going ahead, ma'am, on this note, we reach to the very interesting segment of the show. This is called rapid fire round. You have
Mm-hmm.
to answer in one word only or a sentence that I could permit.
All right. Sure.
So here
You're
we go.
reminding me of Coffee with Karan. You're reminding me of him. All right. So bring it on.
All right. So here goes the first question. Is online learning a boon for all?
That depends. And I use this in most of my trainings, that whatever I will tell you, I will tell you. If you have any questions later, the answer to 80% of your questions will be that depends. So to this particular question, my answer is that depends.
Depends. All right. Does an educator get to strike a work-life balance?
Difficult but achievable.
All right. How can rural India become urban easily?
I just wish that let us all aim to be smart with smart goals, and let there be no divide of rural or urban. Let us all have equity.
All right. Beautifully explained. What is the one quality that separates a leader from a follower?
Leaders want to create leaders, followers want to create followers.
All right.
That difference of priorities.
Who is your favorite school leader or principal or educator?
Oh, that's the toughest one. So many, so many. I mean, whatever I am today, that is because of so many school leaders that I meet every day. Many of them are still my colleagues and friends. But still, if you want to ask, I would say I have been most inspired. I mean, is it okay to name people
Yeah.
here? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
So I have learned the most from one of my mentors, Professor Madan Pant. He is a physicist and a mentor for many of our principals. I mean, if I went on introducing him, it will take almost whole day. Those are his achievements. Other than that, many of the senior principals like Ms. Amita Wattal was somebody whom I met in early years of my career, and I was really impressed by her passion for all these topics around education. And there have been many, many, many more. I mean, I just got named them enough. So many.
Definitely, ma'am. There is this becomes a tough questions for many. Naming just one is difficult. I
Yeah,
do
because
agree.
there's so many, seriously, so many people that I'm impressed with. Yeah.
Yeah. So going ahead, ma'am, beside academia, we know that you love to travel across the globe. So, what are the essential requisites of a successful global citizen?
What see citizen होना तो सेम मैं कहती हूँ होगा, चाहे वो आप ग्लोबल सिटीजन है या आप अपने ही देश के सिटीजन है, आपको सेम क्वालिटीज जो है वो इम्पोर्टेंट होती हैं. बट फॉर मी ट्रैवलिंग इज लाइक टाइम ट्रैवल. मैं जब फिनलैंड गई तो मेरे दिमाग में ये सोच थी कि वट एवर एफर्ट्स वी आर ट्राइंग टू पुट इन in improving our education system, if those somehow become fruitful, maybe in 50 years we will be like this. So I felt that I am traveling 50 years ahead in time. So if I can bring those learnings back to my present, maybe I can shorten that span of 50 years, है ना, हम जल्दी वैसे स्कूल बना पाए. तो एक तो ट्रैवलिंग मेरे लिए ये टाइम ट्रैवल वाला वो सिस्टम होता है, तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं इंसान को बहुत अडेप्टेबल और फ्लेक्सिबल रहना चाहिए. दूसरा, यू हैव टू be very keen observer when you get out of your environment, but the observation should be to emulate, to learn, to sift, rather than to compare or criticize or judge, because then it fails the purpose. Comparison में मतलब करते रहेंगे, ठीक है, किसी चीज में हम खुद को बहुत अच्छा फील करके खुश होते रहेंगे, किसी में हम सोचेंगे ये तो हम कभी नहीं हो पाएंगे, बट उससे इम्पैक्ट क्या आएगा? So if we want our travels to be impactful, to really mean something, I mean, we have to be highly, observant and adaptable. Those are two things that I feel that we cannot manage without.
Absolutely, travel gives us a lot of perspective about the other cultures, the countries, the people, uh, their religions, and what they are like. So definitely it helps you. And ma'am, what else do you like to do in your leisure time apart from traveling?
I am a voracious reader. I mean, people are bookworm. I am known in my close circle as book dragon. So I read a lot, all the time. I mean, when if I'm free, I'll be reading.
Wonderful to know this book dragon today. And definitely a reader evolves every day, because that person lives thousands of lives. When you read books, you are never alone. So that is the
Very
beauty
true.
of a reader, and we have one such great leader with us today. So going ahead, ma'am, this brings to me to the last question of this show, which is also called a viewer's choice question. Ma'am, you have very candidly spoken about constructive learning to keep children involved, even if it means increased screen time. So please share your thoughts on this. How can this be balanced out there?
See, we can't avoid screens for long. The way technology is evolving, we must get ready and we must be accepting that there would be screens and screens and screens around, because they'll be keep making our life easier. One thing. Secondly, as far as learning is concerned, see, why we need technology is that when the people who are there to teach children, physically, when they are not enough, either in number or in quality. That is when we want technology's help, so that one teacher can have access to more resources and the students can have access to more teachers in screen, so that they can have one individually. है ना, मेन तो ये टेक्नोलॉजी को यही दो चीजों के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं ना, कि टीचर के पास अगर अपने क्रिएटिव आइडियाज नहीं है तो वो रिसोर्सेज इंटरनेट से यूज कर ले, और बच्चे जो है उनको इंडिविजुअल केयर मिल जाए कि हर कोई अपने अपने हिसाब से जो भी अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स है उस लेवल से सीख पाए। ये एक टीचर के साथ पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाता है, तो चलो एक स्क्रीन के साथ पॉसिबल हो जाए। मेन ये दो बेसिक स्टांस लेके हम चलते हैं जब हम टेक्नोलॉजी को अच्छी एजुकेशन के लिए यूज करने की बात करते हैं। Now my point is कि हम लोग फेल हो जाएंगे अगर हमने ये सोचा कि टेक्नोलॉजी सिर्फ एक शाइनिंग गैजेट है जो कि हम मे बी अपने घर की या अपने स्कूल की ब्रांडिंग के लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं कि देखिए जी हम ये अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं, हमारे सारे बच्चे टैब्स पे काम कर रहे हैं। अगेन आई विल कम टू द सेम पॉइंट कि स्केल अप करना है, क्लासेस बड़ी है इंडिया में, है ना, तो इनोवेशन को स्केल अप करने के लिए आपके लिए जरूरी है कि आप दूसरे लोगों को भी इनोवेशन के लिए स्पेस दें और स्कोप भी दें, और ये सारा कुछ तभी पॉसिबल हो जाएगा जब हम टेक्नोलॉजी बच्चे तक लाएंगे। अब टेक्नोलॉजी स्क्रीन के बिना बच्चे तक आ पाए ऐसा कोई इन्वेंशन अभी तक हुआ नहीं है, तो बजाय इसके कि हम बच्चों को स्क्रीन से दूर करने के लिए ऑफ कोर्स वो तरीके भी होने चाहिए कि वो रियल लाइफ से बिल्कुल अलग ना हो जाए, जो जो वो सीखे वो इम्प्लीमेंट करे। ये इम्बैलेंस का इतना शोर इसलिए मच रहा है कि हम पेरेंट्स सही मायनों में पेरेंटिंग इज एट वेन इन इंडिया टुडे। दैट इज माय सीरियस ग्रीवेंस, एंड फ्रॉम दिस प्लेटफॉर्म आई वांट टू गिव दिस मैसेज टू all those people who are whose kids are still in infancy. I mean जो अभी तक सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट बच्चे नहीं हो गए हैं, 18 से ऊपर नहीं हो गए हैं, उन सब के लिए मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि अर्लियर व्हाट वी हैड इज अ ट्रेडिशनल फैमिली वे एंड वी यूज्ड टू रियर आवर चिल्ड्रन डिफरेंटली। नाउ विद न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज और सबको जब वही दो ही लोग हैं तो वो कितनी चीजों को अटेंशन देंगे, तो फिर वो दो लोग अपनी कॉपीज क्या लाते हैं कि वो उतनी स्क्रीन्स ले आते, और वो ये सोचते हैं कि बच्चे के एफर्ट को डिक्रीज कर दे जिससे उसको कंफर्ट ज्यादा मिले तो हमारा फर्ज पूरा हो जाएगा। तो बच्चा जो स्क्रीन से सीख रहा है उसको रियल लाइफ में इम्प्लीमेंट करके उसके क्या कंसिक्वेंसेस हैं, या उसको वो इम्प्लीमेंटेबल है भी कि नहीं, वो रियल है भी कि नहीं, ये वाला जो गैप है ना ये हर रोज बढ़ता जाता है। तो यहाँ पे मैं समझती हूँ जो एडल्ट्स है ना, हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि ठीक है हम बच्चे को स्क्रीन उस चीज के लिए दें जहां पे वो स्क्रीन के थ्रू भी कोलैबोरेशन सीखे, कोऑपरेशन सीखे, इनोवेशन सीखे, और फिर बाद में अपने आप नॉलेज एक ऐसी चीज है आपके अंदर आ जाए ना, फिर आप उसको अपने अंदर रखने रोक के, है ना, आपको जो भी करना आ जाएगा। आजकल यूट्यूब से लोग वीडियोस देख के सपोज कोई कुकिंग करना सीख रहा है, कोई मेकअप करना सीख रहा है, तो फिर ऐसा नहीं है कि वो अपनी किचन में नहीं जा रहे, वो लोग भी आज कुक बनने के रास्ते पे है जिन्होंने कभी एक कप चाय का भी नहीं बनाया होगा। बिकॉज व्हेन यू नो समथिंग यू एक्सप्रेस इट, दैट इज बीइंग ह्यूमन। सो ये जरूरी है कि अगर हम बच्चों को ये देख ही नहीं रहे कि वो स्क्रीन पे कर क्या रहे हैं और वो वाकई कुछ कंस्ट्रक्टिव सीख रहे हैं, अगर वो सीख रहे होंगे तो बैलेंस अपने आप बनेगा, बिकॉज दे वुड वांट टू क्रिएट दैट, वो कंस्ट्रक्ट बन गया, वो कनेक्ट हो गया है नॉलेज के साथ। अगर वो कुछ सीख नहीं रहे हैं, दे आर जस्ट गेटिंग एंटरटेनमेंट, और ये एजुकेशन का भी एक बहुत बड़ा फ्लॉ हो गया है, एडुटेनमेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट। एजुकेशन मेरे ख्याल से एक सीरियस बिजनेस है, इसमें एंटरटेनमेंट ऐड क्यों करना, इस ब्रेक्स को एंटरटेनिंग बनाइए बट एजुकेशन की सीरियसनेस को रहने दीजिए। तो वो चीजें जब हम एंटरटेनमेंट पे इतना ज्यादा फोकस रखते हैं ना, तो डेफिनेटली किड विल वांट दैट स्टिमुलेशन ऑल द टाइम, दैट इज व्हेन स्क्रीन्स बिकम अ प्रॉब्लम। Yeah, so if we use it for constructive purpose, screen will never be a problem, the balance will come automatically.
Some very powerful messages coming in here that yes, technology enabler है, facilitator है, एक tool है जो टीचर्स को, क्वालिटी टीचर्स को आपसे कनेक्ट करती है। तो our teachers के लिए there are so many resources available wherein she can hone her own skills and she can be more productive. And yes, pandemic has opened the door. Today I'm sitting here, ma'am is sitting there, and she's pursuing something with Michigan, and we are pursuing something with other universities. And so technology is definitely an enabler in education, and with the proper supervision and guidance, this so-called screen time बढ़ गया है, mobile class में चला गया है, all this will be eradicated because a child, you know, they are very curious and they want to implement themselves. When they have gained something, they will like to see the result of that. So a proper guidance and supervision is all that is needed. Parents out there, make use of technology to the most, and to all the schools out there, yes, technology is definitely going to stay. So get ready and get tech savvy. So this was Archana ma'am. She has given us a lot of insights, ma'am. And you know, talking to you and listening to you, there is one quote which comes in my mind by Mr. Roy D. Bennett, that shine your light and make a positive impact on the world. There is nothing as honorable as helping improve the life of others. And so what is that is ma'am doing, you know, ma'am is, you know, this quote resonates so much with ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Seema. I'm really honored. Thank you.
So thank you so much, ma'am. We got really a lot of insights from you, and I'm sure my viewers are definitely going to benefit from this. So thank you for your time. It was really wonderful to have you.
Thank you so much.